So, hello again. I'm back here to talk about whatever I feel like talking about. Anyways, I'm going to say this year, 2026, is the year of reckoning. And I've said this before. This is when the truth about everything comes to the surface. And I've said this before. Light disinfects all. And I know a lot of people in society feel it's better not to know things because you feel better. But honestly, it never changes. All right. The only way to change anything is to know the source. Okay. And when I say light disinfects all, I mean light disinfects all. Because when everybody starts seeing the same problem, it's not going to go unpassed. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying here. So it's like, yeah, we can disempower and disengage from any conversation, any discussion, anything about life and society, how corrupt our system is, and we can just give up and throw our hands up. And that's why nothing ever changes. And I tell people every day, you have more power than you ever know. Don't underestimate your own power as a person, as an individual. You have power, and you can use it. It starts by using your voice. You have a voice, you can use it. And again, not everybody's going to agree with you on everything all the time. And that's fine. Welcome the challenge. Welcome the challenge. Life is tough. You're not going to get everything right all the time. You're not going to have everybody agree with you all the time. You're not going to have everybody like you or like what you have to say. But learn to roll with the punches. Who cares? Who cares about whether people approve of you or not or agree with you? I certainly don't care about anyone's approval. Okay? I don't owe anybody anything. So my thing is, if you see something, say something. Speak out. It's okay to do so. It's okay to have an opinion and share it. Okay? We got to go beyond just bowing our head and going through the motions every day. You know, learn to have a voice and use it. That's what social media is for. And again, you're not going to get the reception you always want. You just roll with the punches and you keep on pushing. And when somebody has something negative to say to you, it's because they can't handle your energy and they can't handle your light. Never dim your light for anybody. That's what I've learned. Never dim your light for anyone. All right. If the light's too bright for them, they can get the hell out of the room. It's that simple. And some people will not like you when they first meet you. I've dealt with this so many times in my life. And you know what? It's okay. Because some people will like you once they get used to you. Sometimes it's a matter of them, warming up to other people. Sometimes it's about them, it's not about you. You have to understand that. Not everybody's energy clicks right away. All right. And again, I admit in life I'm a hot mess. I don't know what I want day to day. I say a lot of things off the cuff. I'm a hot mess myself, so I'm not saying I'm the face or mindset of perfection at all. I don't have the answers to everything. I make mistakes. I do dumb things. You know. Um but sometimes what I think is missing in our conversations is our willingness to stand out, our willingness to have empathy and go beyond being individualistic and materialistic, and just the sense of authenticity. And I think that's kind of what I admire about this younger generation. They have many issues themselves, the Gen Z crowd, but I got news for you. The one thing they don't lack is authenticity. They don't lack authenticity. They don't lack striving for new things and new ideas. Things that the rest of us fear. We always settle for the status quo for so long because it's just what we're used to. But I kind of admire the Gen Z fight. They want people, they defend people's right to identify as what they want. They have all these different ideas. They believe in different things. They're willing to challenge the status quo. And we need more energy. We just need more energy. They want an energy of authenticity. And I feel like in the older generation, so much of that lacks. I think that we go through life believing that if we just do right and put our head down and shut up and go to work every day, everything's just going to be great. And then we can't have an opinion about nothing, and we can't say anything. We can't ruffle any feathers. And what I like about the younger crowd is they don't care. They're going to speak their own truth. They're going to challenge the status quo. And we need that. People, the reason why our country's been stagnant for so long is because so many generations have settled for just the status quo is enough. We got to the mountaintop. We don't need to climb any higher. Yeah, I got news for people. Before the abolition, before the women's suffrage movement, a lot of people thought the same thing back then. But sometimes you need a radical shakeup in the system for things to change. You need some of those loud voices to go out and fight and speak up and do what's right. Okay? Because I don't know about you all. If you think the status quo is working for America right now, I got a beautiful golden bridge with Donald Trump's name on it to sell to you. Because it's not true. We know the status quo has not been working for a long time. We see where this country has gotten. Because the status quo has failed people for so long. That's just fact. That's just fact, baby. And the thing about the younger generation is they're not settling. They're like, no, F this. This is not working for us. This empire has got to change. And kudos. That's all I got to say. And I'm going to use my voice to fight for everybody. Even if it makes some people mad, I don't care. I'm not here to appease the ego and sensibilities of people that don't agree with me. I'm going to be honest. Because I've always believed in doing what's right, no matter who it makes mad. The thing is, I'm not going to look and see something happen and let my lying eyes tell me otherwise. Okay. I'm going to speak out against war crimes. I'm going to speak out against institutional racism. I'm going to speak out against institutional classism. Because it's a real thing. We all see the same problem. We just look at it from different lenses. Just fact. And some people aren't going to like the fact I'm saying this. I don't care. Because I know in my heart of hearts, if people choose not to like me, they already made up their mind before I said a word. So, it is what it is. I'm not worried about their feelings. What I am worried about, though, is using my platform to speak truth to power. Okay. And that's all I have to say in this video. Anyways, y'all, you have a great, wonderful night. Wonderful morning. It is a beautiful one here in Las Vegas. See y'all later. Goodbye.